Let Paddy Power help you get Cheltenham ready with their new and exclusive Cash Card Plus. Get instant access to your winnings at ATMs, online or even in your local supermarket. 18 plus, gambleaware.co.uk, T&Cs apply.
Listeners, you are back with our Saturday Postcast. Myself, Lee Motteser, David Jennings, Graham Rodway and Frank Hickey. And we're now moving on to Sunday's card at Naas. Lovely racecourse Naas. Generally pop in there en route to the Punchy Sound Festival, although not this year because they're racing at Navan, so that'd be pointless. David, pretty depressing, I think, this whole, the big novice chase there. 9 out of 10 horses entered with Jigginstown. 1 was owned by JP McManus. We get the declaration stage, 4 owned by Jigginstown, 1 owned by JP McManus. I find this worrying, depressing, sad, concerning. Am I right to be worried, depressed, sad and concerned?
Maybe you are, yeah. Obviously, it's just the way things have gone. But the one thing I will say, there is 4 Gigginstown horses in this race and obviously 1 JP horse. This is not easy to solve. There are actually 4 horses that you could make a decent case for in their own right. They're obviously with different trainers. 2 of them are with Gordon Elliott, 1 with Mouse Morrison and 1 with Henry de Bromhead. Like, it's quite competitive. It's not the same as a trainer and the same owner and the same trainer having 4 in a race. It really is different. They're all going to be run on their merits. So that's the positive angle to the Gigginstown thing. That you know they're all going to be trying for their life. You know they're all out. You know, it's the thing about it is it's probably the right race for the horses that are in it. Like it is the natural progression for Ball Dark. The same probably with Alamine, who won a beginner's chase. Now Gangster and Princess Scars have not won over fences, but I think the theory with them is, look, if they're going to win over fences, let it be a graded race. Let it be one for a bit of prize money rather than winning a beginner's chase. And if they don't win, then they're still novices for next season. It's a really interesting race. I know there's only 5 runners and 4 of them have the same owner, but it is a really interesting race.
But it cannot be a good sign for the sport if 10 horses are entered for a graded race and 9 belong to one camp.
Of course it's not, no. And we saw yesterday, like, I don't know if you saw the interview with Adrian Maguire on At the Races.
It was a hard watch, wasn't it?
It was a really hard watch for somebody like that. That's such a nice guy that was achieved almost everything in the saddle. And to see him, like, there was basically tears in his eyes. And to see something he loved so much and him having to let go, it was so hard to watch. Like, my heart went out to him. You're just kind of thinking, at the time, you're thinking about what you're going to back at Cheltenham next week. You have so much going on in your life. And then you've got this guy who's ridden so many Cheltenham Festival winners, and he's basically in tears. It was such a hard watch. And I did a piece with smaller trainers like a while ago, and it is so hard for them to survive. It's hard for them to get staff. The bigger trainers are getting bigger. The bigger owners are coming in, investing more money, giving the horses to the same trainers. So, like, I just don't see the solution. I don't see how the small people can keep going. There is about 20 trainers out there. I have no idea how they're making a living out of it. It's just so tough. And Adrian Maguire is one. We saw Charlie Swan, like a very similar profile, Charlie Swan, a top jockey who you think is certainly going to make it as a trainer. And he couldn't make it pay, neither could Adrian Maguire. So it is very tough.
And the great thing about Irish jump racing culturally always was, wasn't it, that it was about small trainers and small owners. Everybody had an interest.
Of course it was, yeah, exactly. And it was a kind of an open playing field, really. And the small guy could compete with the big guy. But now with these owners, with the Gigginstown, with Rich Ritchie, with JP McManus, it's just that little bit harder. They're investing such huge sums and huge numbers as well. Like, you see how many horses do Gigginstown have? How many do JP have? Like, they're huge numbers, so they can spread them out among so many races. So it's hard to know this time 10 years what's it going to be like. I have no idea.
No, and there are positives, but I'm not sure the positives outweigh the negatives. What about winners then? The big races at Naas then on Sunday. We've got this novice chase, we've got a valuable handicap hurdle, and we've got the Leinster National. DJ, we'll carry on with you. What are your tips for the big races?
I'm going to go for Space Cadet in the 450, the Leinster National. Still think he's got scope for improvement off his mark. Jumped a bit better last time. I think the ground is the key probably to Space Cadet. In the 345, that Grade 3 novice chase, I might be willing to give Prince of Scars a shot, because I think this is his bread and butter. He's got his bad ground. He's got a small field. He's a Grade 1 winner over hurdles. You know, he's been asked some really tough tests over fences. He's bumped into Arduke twice, and he ran in the Tiestas last time. Like, he started 13-2 co-favourite for the Tiestas off a mark of 140. This is his bread and butter, Prince of Scars. I know he's got form figures of 3.6p, which is hardly encouraging. But I just wonder, it'll be a fair achievement by Ball Dark to give Prince of Scars £6, I think. So Prince of Scars will be my selection.
Okay, Frank, anything from Naas for you?
Yeah, the Grade 3 novice chase was a tough one. The pieces are going on Gangster. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well. He'd probably be my selection in that race. In the 210, the listed novice hurdle, I thought Indian Monsoon might be small but interesting at a price. He'll probably be at least 7 or 8 to 1, I think. He won at Cork when he beat Venard of Gordon Elliott's. Handy enough. That horse finished 6th. He ran a cracker in the Betfair hurdle. I wouldn't be surprised this one go very well. And in the Leinster National, I had one at the bottom of the weight. It's called Futuramic. Now, it was third in this race last year off £2 higher. It's been tipping away over hurdles since it came back in October. Running some decent enough races too. He was second in Navan in November, and he was fourth at Navan a couple of weeks ago. Off that low mark, I think he probably could be 16 or 20 to 1. I'd be having a few quid each way on that.
Excellent, sounds good. And Graham, anything for you on Sunday?
No, I can't say anything tickles my fancy.
No, fancy's not tickled. Nice, easy racing-free Sunday for you.
Yeah, well, I need that. I mean, next week's going to be manic, isn't it?
It will be manic. And Frank, DJ, are you both coming over to Cheltenham?
Yeah, Sunday, 6 o'clock flight from Dublin Airport. Be over there nice and early.
Your alarm must be set very early on Sunday morning.
No, it's in the evening, 6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, I see. Oh, you're fine then. You can have a lie-in.
Yeah, I'll get up at about 4.
Yeah, good lad. Frank, you coming over?
I'm not. I'm working all week, so pricing up races at Cheltenham.
Good man. Keep
All week,
the pressure on an odds compiler next week, I would imagine.
Come on, Lee, you
is
have to
enormous.
ask us all. You have to ask us all for a Cheltenham banker. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, the producer is sat opposite me. Producer, nod your head if I can ask for their bankers. He's putting his thumbs. I said nod your head. He's put his thumbs up, but it's the same thing. Okay, Frank Hickey, Cheltenham Festival banker.
Native River in the Gold Cup.
Ooh, good man. David Jennings.
I wonder when you come to Graham, will he pick something in the 7:20 at Chelmsford?
It's a fair chance.
That's what I'm expecting. Graham, would you be
chance.
more excited? Would you be more excited about Keystroke running on the beach tomorrow or Cheltenham next week? What gets you more excited, like?
Do you get excited, Graham?
No, I mean,
You compose yourself, don't
yeah, I
you?
try
You
my
give
best.
Graham a bucket of sand and he'll get excited.
I try my best. I love the Cheltenham Festival and my jumping. I am more of a jumping man in general.
You
But,
wouldn't think it.
Would you like all weather jumping back?
but I just,
That's the dream. Cheltenham and
but
Wolverhampton.
I just happen to really fancy that on the sand and the previous week. Last week happened
Anyway,
to fancy more Lingfield.
My nap is long call in the Fred Winter. It's about 7 to 1.
Good lad. And Graham.
Well, the problem is that every time we've asked this question, I've been in the last 3 podcasts, I think I've given a different horse every time.
Well, that's fine. You're spreading your chances, aren't you?
In the same race.
First rule of tipping, isn't it, really?
And last week I gave Limini for the champion hurdle.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go for, this time, Edwolf
Edwolf.
in the National Hunt Chase. Yeah.
Okay. JP.
Yeah, interesting runner.
Yeah, okay.
But I might change my mind by Tuesday, might I?
Well, you're allowed.
At current rate, yeah.
No, you're allowed.
That was actually my piece of advice for this year's Cheltenham was don't be afraid to change your mind.
You're living out your advice, aren't you? Excellent. You've got Cheltenham Festival bankers there as a Brucey bonus, listeners, in this Saturday Postcast. I end by asking you not to forget to rate the Postcast and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're back all next week live from the home of the greatest 4 days in sport, Cheltenham Racecourse. Until then, with thanks to Graham, to David and to Frank, I bid you good day and wish you a fantastic weekend.
Paddy Power has you covered this Cheltenham, with exclusive offers, daily enhanced prices, and all races live streamed. Stick with Paddy and saddle up for the ride of your life.